Hello everyone, welcome to Wind Down Wednesdays. I'm your host Paula Taylor and this is mini episode 6. So today we are going to briefly talk about serving yourself during energetic shift. There has been a ton of shift. I don't think anyone can deny that. We're going to talk a little bit more about that briefly. Then we're going to do a 10-minute meditation to help serve yourself during energetic shift. So a couple of weeks ago on our mini episode, I think it was mini episode 4, we talked about serving your spiritual support team. And I told you a little bit about what's been going on with this 3D, 5D timeline shift and what was happening with my guides in the celestial or angelic realms and how there was kind of a big shakeup going on. I've got a little more information about that I'll share just because I want to give you an example of just how intense this shift is, not just for us humans, but for the spiritual beings that support us. So I talked on that episode, and please go back and listen to it, practice the meditation. It's a great way to serve the collective. Today we're going to do a meditation to serve ourselves, which also serves the collective, because everything we do for ourselves ripples out. But I talked about this net of kind of energy that I feel that runs around the planet and is powered by and kind of connected to these archangels that I work with. Kind of a triggering word for some people, and I recognize that. You can go back and listen to me talk in depth about that. I'm not going to go into that. If that word is triggering for you, you can also just think of beings of light or high dimensional beings, expanded beings. So all of my guides that I've been working with for the last kind of 2 years, not all of them, but the ones I work most frequently with, I work with Archangel Michael and a bunch of other archangels. Again, if you don't like that term, don't worry about it. These are just how they appear to me. All of the guides that I work with in the, what I like to call celestial realm, what some people call the angelic realm, I talked about this on that show. They are kind of in this new earth orientation school, and I can see them, I can visit them. It's very funny. I can only go there for short periods, and it feels a little bit like visiting someone who's like in an institution. I have to kind of sit down at a table and like hold hands and be like, oh, we're here for just a few minutes, and then I have to leave. So they're still there, and I kept asking, when is this going to shift? When is this going to shift? And we don't know. Very interesting answer. I kept getting like, well, maybe at the full moon. Well, maybe. Now I'm like, maybe at the end of the year. So one of the big shifts that I've been dealing with personally is that a majority of my spiritual support team is not readily accessible to me right now. I can access them, but they're not kind of here in my space. When I work with people, I have these guides. When I work with myself, I have these guides. And so one of the things that's required of me, and we're going to talk about this today, one of the ways that we can serve ourselves during energetic shift is through flexibility and flow. Flexibility, flow, surrender, and receptivity is where we're going. So for me, not having my regular guides that I'm used to, I've had to access different types of spiritual guidance. I had some dragons come in, which was really cool. I already had one, but I didn't work with him that often. Now I've got a couple more. I've been working with them a lot. I had a client come in. We had some fairy energy come in. That was really cool. And then for myself, I've been working with the Arcturians, which is a type of starseed. You can go back and watch the episode, What's the Deal with Starseeds? I'm not going to go into that here in our mini episode. My point here is, first of all, this energy is very shifty for all of us. There's a big shakeup going on with this 3D, 5D timeline split, with all of the intense energy that's coming in. If you follow the Schumann resonance, it has been like insanely intense. If you're just aware, if you've been following astrology, all of that, everything is telling us this is a really intense time of shift this whole year, possibly next year as well. And it's not just us. Our spiritual beings are experiencing this shift as well, as evidenced by the fact that all of my guides are in school right now. And I'm really excited for when they come out. I think it's going to be really amazing. I know it's going to be really amazing. But it has been a big shift for me. The things that I was used to counting on are no longer accessible at this time. So it has required flexibility. It has required a bit of surrender, because I don't like to not know what's going on. Most of us are that way. We want to have a feeling of control. I don't have any idea what's going on. And frankly, Neither do they, which is a little bit funny and a little bit scary, and also just shows you again how deep, how big this shift is. And there's so many people on this planet who all have free will. I've been seeing this a lot on TikTok, people arguing about predictions and you made this prediction and it wasn't right and blah, 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 all these different people kind of arguing with each other. Everybody has free will. So one of the lessons I learned a long time ago, and I've told this story so I won't go into it, but even the divine, source, spirit, God, whatever word you want to use for that, ki, chi, prana, even though this force is all-knowing, omniscient, even that cannot predict the future because we have free will. So it can see all the possible outcomes of, let's say, a decision that you make, but you might make a decision, that decision is usually affected by other people's decisions. So because we have free will, we don't necessarily know exactly what's going to happen. And there's some excitement about that, but there's also there's a lot of discomfort in change in general, in shift in general. So just briefly, let's talk about the ways we can serve ourselves during times of energetic shift. And this is good always, but especially there's a lot of shakeups right now. And I'm talking about some weird kind of esoteric, like spiritual stuff. This is showing up in people's lives. This is showing up in people's health. This is showing up in people's relationships. This is showing up in the workplace. This is showing up in your family and your social circles. This is showing up in the political arena. There is just a lot of shift. And again, this is going to continue. This intense energy is going to continue coming in probably for the next 1.5 or 2 years. So how can we accommodate this energy that's coming in? How can we settle into this shift? And it is through surrender, recognizing that we have no control, giving control to the highest good. I surrender to the highest good. That's one of my common affirmations that I use. And flexibility and flow, those words are pretty much interchangeable. These are things we talk about a lot. Learning how to negotiate. I've had to do a lot of that this week. I had kind of a health thing going on with a family member, and it forced me to really kind of change track, and I had to let go of some things and kind of shift my focus. This is going on for all of us. So the more flexibility we can have, and surrender and flexibility go hand in hand. The more we can surrender, the more flexible we are. And then the last thing that's so important here that people don't talk about a lot or don't realize the depth of this is your ability to receive. Remembering that these shifts are being done for us, not to us. And can we allow ourselves to accommodate this intense energy that's coming in? Can we receive this in a way that our body can make use of it, that our energetic field can expand, can clarify, can harmonize? That requires our ability to receive. And all of us, I believe, have self-worth issues at our core, doubts about our self-worth sometimes. That can make it really difficult to receive because on some level we don't feel deserving to receive. So what we are going to do in our short 10-minute meditation today is focus on surrender, flexibility, and receptivity, allowing yourself to receive. I'm going to give you some affirmations you can use. I've got my beautiful calling in Tibetan bowl today. That will be at the end. We'll do some lovely receptivity where I am just going to invite you to receive a little bit of sound. This is a great practice that is going to help you find some balance in the midst of this. One of the things we've been talking about a lot, and I've heard multiple people say this in different ways, is that everything feels uneven, like you're walking on a ship and there's a lot of waves going on, and that can be actually even a physical sensation. So the more centered and grounded we can get in our own system, the more nervous system retraining we do, recognizing that we're safe, telling our body that it's safe, surrendering to the flow of this energy, allowing for flexibility when something comes out of nowhere and you're like, I did not have that on my bingo card for 2024. Just kind of learning how to roll with it as much as you can. Not suppressing the emotions that come up, that's important. Recognizing, like, I had to make a major pivot this week, and I was upset about it. I was not real pleased that this was coming up, and the timing seemed kind of bad. So I recognize that. I acknowledge those feelings, and then I surrender them. And then when we surrender, we're letting go. So when we surrender, we release. We make room to receive. We make room for new energy to come in. And as Nikki said on the comment here, this or something better. This is her mantra, and this is a great mantra. When we open to the highest good, we're opening for even better things to come in for us than we can even usually imagine. So let's meditate together. So for this meditation, just find a really comfortable position, whatever feels good to you, whatever feels supportive. One of the objectives of this short exercise is to allow yourself to receive. So one of the ways I love to do that is to lie on my back. Have my hands up. That's a really receptive pose. If you're sitting up, you might even flip your hands up so that they're facing upward, just in a pose of receptivity, allowing that beautiful divine light and love to flow into your energetic fields. So we're going to start, as we almost always do, with at least 3 to 5 deep oxytocin breaths. This breath vibrates the vagus nerve, tells the body that it's safe, tells the body to come out of that sympathetic or fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode into parasympathetic or rest and digest, ease. So we're going to take a nice breath in through the nose, let your belly float out strongly. We're going to sigh that breath out with an audible ha sound that vibrates that vagus nerve. I'll practice the first one with you, so nice deep breath in as you're ready. Practicing at least 2 to 4 more of those. I'm sending some beautiful Reiki through this transmission as well, just to help bring some settling into your system. When we are going through a period of shift, when things feel shaky, when the ground beneath us feels uncertain, it can be very easy to lose our connection to the earth. So just allow the top of your head, your crown chakra, to gently open. We're going to let that beautiful source energy flow in through the top of our head. Just let it flow down through your head and neck, out through your shoulders, into your arms, into your wrists and hands. Let it come down into the chest and upper back, down into the belly, mid back, low belly. Let this beautiful source energy flow into your hips and your pelvis. Maybe take one more deep oxytocin breath. And as you sigh that breath out, allow this beautiful golden light to flow down your thighs, into your knees, all the way down your shins, your calves, into your ankles and feet. Feel your connection with the earth here. There's nothing more settling than feeling connected to your body, to the earth, being present in your body. And that can sometimes be a process, and that's okay. So I'm going to introduce some beautiful affirmations here. You can just allow yourself to receive them. You can also repeat them back. You can tweak these to make them more personal to you. Whatever is the most personal to you is going to be the most potent, the most powerful. But you can easily stick with these mantras that I'm introducing, these affirmations. I surrender to the flow of the universe. I know that the universe is operating for my highest good, and I receive that. I am open to receive love and light for the highest good. So just scan through your body now. Maybe notice any areas of tension. Move just very gently into those areas. This can show us where we are having some resistance. Surrender is really difficult to us. We have a hard time surrendering. We want to have a feeling of control. So wherever you find some tension in your body that's resistance to this surrender, just imagine that you're breathing directly into that body, into that area, into that body part. Sigh that breath out through your open mouth. You can add that audible ha sound, just inviting in even more surrender here. And again with the affirmation, I surrender to the flow of the universe. I allow myself to be flexible and to receive. I know that these shifts are happening for my highest good, and I trust that the outcome will be for my highest good. I allow myself to receive fresh energy for the highest good. So as our last step to surrender here, just imagine that anything that is not serving you, any of this tension, any of this resistance, is just swirling down a drain, just flowing out your body, allowing this energy to be recycled for the highest good, just surrendering this energy to the earth, allowing this beautiful planet we live on to recycle this energy, to use it for the highest good elsewhere. And once more, setting this intention, I release density from my body and energetic fields. I surrender to flow for the highest good. I am open to receive my highest good in all moments. Maybe moving your body a little bit, just assisting. You can kind of circle your torso a little bit to assist this release. Again, just setting the intention to release anything that's not serving the highest good. Taking a nice deep breath, sighing it out, adding that audible ha sound if it calls to you. For the last few moments here, just allowing yourself to receive the energy that I'm sending. Allowing yourself to receive this beautiful energy that the universe is offering to us at this time, inviting it in, surrendering to that flow, surrendering to your own magnificence, the beauty that is the source of all that you are. You are divine light. You are divine love. Just allowing yourself to receive that here for the last few moments. Uyena seyamaye tiamakaya. Koatakai anaya shatakai anayama. Keyamatai shatai anayam. Shekatai ana katai anakaoshana. Kuatakai anakam shetakanahi anakatakai anashikatakam mutekeana sheakatakanaya manaka. Kokatakanaya nakasheatakam shawatakanaya takatakaya hu shetakanai. Uyasai amai. Say out, in the last few moments here, once more, repeating these affirmations or just allowing them to come into your space now. I surrender to divine flow. I trust the universe to always bring me my highest good. I am open to receiving that highest good. I surrender to divine flow for the highest good. I trust that the universe is always bringing me my highest good. I am open to receiving my highest good. As you're ready, taking one more nice deep breath, sighing it out through your mouth. Nice big ah, nice big sigh, letting go of any last bits of resistance. Allowing yourself to receive, recognizing that you are always worthy to receive. That you are divine love and light. If you're in a safe space and you'd like to drift off to sleep, now is a beautiful time to let that happen. If you're coming back to the rest of your day or evening, just begin to slowly move your body, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe circle wrists and ankles, maybe move your neck and head around a little bit, just coming fully back, coming all the way back to yourself, being present in your body, allowing yourself to be open to receive, to be flexible, to recognize that the universe is always serving our highest good if we can receive it. And as you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a beautiful, flowing, and receptive rest of your week, and I will see you next week for Wind Down Wednesdays.